I'm Michiko Hayashi from Emoto Peace Project in Tokyo, Japan. I am so happy that with us we have the intuitive energy healer whose name is Kerry Clancey. She lives in Bali, Indonesia. Is that Indonesia, right? Indonesia.
Yeah.
Hi, Kerry. Oh, thank you so
Right.
much for coming here. How are
Oh,
you?
this is so exciting. I'm very well. A little bit hot here in Bali today,
Wow.
uh, but it's all good. And it's so lovely to connect with you. Um, yeah.
That's nice. Well, we met each other, I think it was in 2018 in India.
Yeah.
I think it
Was it
was 2018.
2017, I think.
Was that 17? No, I think it was 18.
Ah, well, yeah, because
Anyway,
we've been in COVID almost a year and a half. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah.
that was in India, Brahma Kumaris. It's a yoga meditation group. It's a huge organization. Had this beautiful event called World Happiness and Health, and what was that? Something peace event
Yeah, it was
conference.
basically to do with world peace and raising the vibrational frequency and bringing more harmony into the world. So they're a
Exactly.
very good organisation.
Yeah, that's where we met. And now I'm so happy that I have you today here. We got connected 3 years ago. You had me in Bali in 2019.
Mm,
Last
yes,
year, we couldn't travel, but
yeah.
we can see each other here on Zoom. Why don't you just tell everyone um, who you are, what you do, so people will know exactly what you do as an intuitive energy healer.
Okay, so thanks, Michiko. Yeah, so what I do is on a day-to-day basis, I do online work. I do one-on-one sessions here in Bali, and what that entails is bringing people into more awareness, into consciousness, and empowering them
Mm-hmm.
to be. I'm also like I enjoy speaking and doing these events, doing lots of events. I am in invited, so I thank you because it's like this is snowballing for
Mm-hmm.
inviting me on. So it was only a week ago I
Carrie,
did one
I
New
kind of
York.
keep hearing that kind of noises.
Oh, I'll try not to move. Yeah, so basically what I do is intuitively, as an intuitive, as a channeler,
Mm-hmm.
um, so a little bit about in 2011, I actually crossed over. I died. My vital organ shut down. I died, and I started to channel and realize there's something else besides what we're told, and what that is. And this is for every human being. It's not just me.
Mm-hmm.
We all have this inner power that we can tune into, whether you want to call it your intuition, whether you want to call it your soul, your spirit, your heart, but there is something else. And I teach people how to do that through my own lived experience and crossing over, and how to tune into their ascendant masters, their spirit guides, their archangels, their angel guides, any sort of guides, and galactic family now, which is very, very high energy that's coming in
Right.
to bring us into the light and to the
Mm-hmm.
love and empowering us. So
Right.
it's all there for us to just reach out. I go like this because it's all up there for us just to tune into and bring it in to help us and help the planet. So that's
Uh-huh.
basically what
That's
I do.
right. Yeah, I know that the the sun ray is coming really powerfully these days, and the Schumann resonance frequency has gone up, right? Has risen or has
Yeah.
gone up, and we are receiving a lot of love energy from the universe also. So the galactic alliance has been helping us also. All the angels have been helping us, and we have been just having so much help from outside, or with it's not only us, and we just need to be aware of that. So
Yes, and that's one thing that I do in the work that I do, Michiko. I take people on a journey into that, and
Mm-hmm.
then I interpret whatever they receive in their experience, what that actually means. So, someone might receive a message, and I say, well, that's coming from a higher frequency. It's
Uh-huh.
being transmitted to you, or it might be they see a light, and I guide them into and interpret that for them in a way that they understand it, because I believe what's happening with some people, not all, because there's many light workers on the planet, star seeds, whatever you want to call them, but I just say people that are here that are receiving, they're channeling, whether they know that they're channeling or not, but they're here as a collective consciousness to come together and help raise the vibrational frequency of not only those around them but the planet. And it doesn't matter what country you're from, what background, who you are, the color of your skin, it doesn't matter. You will know, even by hearing this, that you are receiving something, because there's this inner awareness, this inner awakening that is coming through to thousands, millions of people at the moment, and it's going to grow and grow and grow until we all receive it, so no
Mm-hmm.
one will miss out. Yeah.
So you interpret whatever the message that we are receiving.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. How do you do that? Do you just feel and can you just receive it yourself also?
Well, normally I sometimes, but most of the time people approach me and say, well, in your meditation class, for example, I teach sacred heart meditation or an inner child. There's many modalities that I use, and they're just a couple of examples, but they'll say something happened, or I noticed someone touching me, and when I opened my eyes, you were on the other side of the room, but I felt this touch. Something was there, just
Wow.
patting my shoulder, or they wrapped their arms around me, and I thought it was you. But I said, that's an energy coming in from a higher frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And it's if say, I'll use that example. So if that ever happens to you in whatever you're doing, and it could happen just by, you might be doing yoga, or you might be going for a walk in Mother Nature, it's because many times I've received a touch and I've looked around and no one's been there. But it's an energy coming through, and they're just saying, we're here
Mm-hmm.
for you. And if you want, you just close your eyes and say, can you show me who you are? And you will receive a vision.
Oh,
And
wow,
if
that's beautiful.
And if you don't, ask again and say,
Mm-hmm.
I still can't see you. Can you show me? Give me a visual. And it
Mm-hmm.
might come through as a light or a color purple or a color green. It's all higher consciousness coming
Uh-huh.
through.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a word, or it might be a feeling. It's I say to people, it's a feeling that you're aiming for, but that feeling is connected to maybe an imagery. And
Mm-hmm.
that imagery can be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a letter. I've had like codes coming through that I don't even know what they are, but I now know that when I researched it, they're Egyptian codes of some
Mm-hmm.
sort. And I don't know what they mean. So I'd have to write it down and get someone to interpret that. But I know I'm receiving that from somewhere, because I've never studied
Right.
Egyptian. Yeah. So it's many ways. But all I say to people is, just trust, have faith. You are receiving, whether it's from the galactic family, and that can be many modalities,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's from the angels, or whether it's from loved ones that have crossed over, from
Mm-hmm.
spirit guides. It doesn't matter. You are receiving something from a higher power that's tuning you. So it's coming in to tune you into your higher power.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we raise consciousness.
Um, yeah, and collectively, consciousness is really affecting or changing the whole reality of this earth. So, and right now, because of this situation, so many people are saying, I am upset because of this. I am I am not feeling happy because of this. They are just blaming something else. There are some causes, because not because of myself, but when we appreciate in the morning and say, I can breathe. There's another beautiful day. There's so many things that we can be appreciative for, right? Then vibration goes higher
Yes.
of that day. And then we can maintain that high energy, then we can be connecting with above even more easily. Nothing really bothers you because you're in the higher vibration.
I really love the way you said that, Michiko, because this is another, I guess, conscious awareness for people.
Mhm.
So what's happening if we have it? We're so powerful, all of us, that if we have a discussion and feed into something negative of low vibration, and that doesn't matter what that is, it could be an argument with your neighbor to what's going on in another country,
Mhm.
i.e. America or something. If we're feeding negative energy to that by speaking about it, looking at it, commenting on social media in a negative way, we are actually giving that, or who that is, power.
Right.
What we're doing is trying to, this light that's here, let's call it the light to give it a name,
Mm-hmm.
is to break down those structures, those systems. And if
Mm-hmm.
we're feeding into that, we're actually owning that and embodying that within us.
Right.
So the key is to go, oh, that's how that is. How can I be of service to that energy, whether it's a structure, a system, a governance system? They're just examples, or a family argument, or whatever it is. It could be as little as, I've lost my purse, but I know that it's probably stolen and someone took it, or anything. That's sort of just basic examples.
Uh-huh.
If you put your focus on that, you create more of that. So the key is to bring light into that.
Right. You
Now,
know,
I recently, if I could just quickly, I'll just speak about a client that I had recently, and this is how powerful it is. And if you want to check my Instagram, Kerry the Healer, you'll
mm-hmm.
see his testimonial. So he's flown in from Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
He was like recently, or not recently, but divorced. He was worried about his 5-year-old son because he was worried that he's been abused by the stepdad, and all these things going on. Anyway, I said to him,
Mm-hmm.
after I did a session with him, a healing session, and I said the key to resolving your issues and to find out if and confirm your feelings, whether or something is going on and your son is being harmed, is to send love and light, not only to your son, to your ex-wife, and to her current husband.
Mm-hmm.
Within he did that every day. He said, it's going to be hard, but I will do it for the sake of my son. So he was holding love in his heart for his son. So he found something he loved and cared about, and then he was able to give love to his ex-partner and her current partner. Within 2 weeks of him doing that, the wife is now getting divorced. She found out that he was harming the son.
Wow.
And it just shifted the whole dynamics because of the love and light that was sent. So a bit like the Ho'oponopono prayer, if you research the background of the therapist that started that up and did it with the criminals, criminally insane, and all he did was send them, I'm sorry.
Yep. Ho'oponopono.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I love you.
All of them are just
it
healed.
works. Yes, it works on the same concept. And
I mean, with
Dr.
that,
Emoto's work.
Dr.
Yeah,
Hewlin.
you love and you change the energy. So
Exactly.
it's the same concept, but in different,
you know,
different content.
Everybody has the subconscious mind, and a lot of times the subconscious mind has the memory of the negative memories as an energy.
Yes.
So what can we do? By saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, just repeatedly over and over and over, then we are healing ancestors, we're healing the energies or souls of people who were hurt by my past life or by my family members having done something. But it doesn't matter. We can just heal everyone by healing them we are healing ourselves also because we're the same, we're sharing the same energy.
Yes,
And
yes,
and that's the collective consciousness.
yes. That we have the power to come together
Right.
and do this.
Hmm.
And like I said, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, whatever your background is, you have the power to step into your higher consciousness,
Right.
tune into this energy of love and light, whatever that is for you, whether it's a higher Ho'oponopono prayer or whether it's just a simple meditation,
Hmm.
or surrounding that person in love and light, or you want healing of your past ancestors, past life stuff. Because it's consciousness and your power, it's done like that.
Uh-huh.
Because there is
Uh-huh.
no time in space, in this higher energy. There is no time. It's done like that.
And
So,
you,
for example, if someone died
mhm.
10 years ago, like my grandparents, when I had my near death experience, they appeared on my bed, but it was like there's no time, like it was happened yesterday or it
Yeah.
just happened to them.
Uh-huh.
There is no time, yet they died 15 years apart.
Mhm.
And when this happened, they'd been both gone for at least 10 years,
Mhm.
and there was no time for
Wow.
them. It was
Isn't
like they were
that
still
beautiful?
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when I had my near death experience and I crossed over, there's one thing I do remember very strongly were my three kids, and it was like I was just talking to them. So
Wow.
consciousness is us, not our body, not our mind. It's something else, and when we put our focus there, we become that. So I'm
Right.
trying to tell my kids,
Uh-huh.
don't worry about death because it's beautiful, and we wear this other thing,
Yeah.
it's beautiful and there's a light, and yeah, and it's time for all of us to bring down that light. If you just as simple as spending 5 or 10 minutes a day, 2 times a day, maybe in the morning when you wake up and when you go to sleep at night, just clear your energy and just bring in the beautiful light. And anybody that you feel holds a disharmony within your energy field, meaning steps into in front of you or before you or whatever, just let it go by surrounding them in love and light, because you are
Right.
not holding it, you're not embodying that within you, because
Exactly.
they're on their own journey, and their journey they might be still learning because they're suffering in something. So
One thing that I can say is like every day when people these days when people wake up, I mean, we wake up, the first thing we do is to check our messages and all that. And we are really paying attention to all the energies that this
yeah,
one has, right? So, but not everything is good. So, what I would suggest is for all of us to stay away from our cell phones in the morning. I mean, just even 15 minutes in the morning when we wake up or get up, and then meditate and stay very firm and feel love and light. Then your energy goes really high, and then you can keep it instead of being just drawn by this message and that, affected by this message. We are love, so we need to be in love all the time.
yeah. And that's really beautiful. And sometimes, though, I find with some of my clients, they struggle to do that. So, what I would suggest for anybody that's struggling, they may have gone to sleep
Mm-hmm.
with something on their mind. And what the subconscious mind does, it
Uh-huh.
problem solves and it tries to figure out things, and it wakes you up in the middle of the night and it has you still thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
If you're struggling in that, try and clear the energy before you go to sleep and say to your subconscious, we are going to have 8 hours of good sleep tonight, because you've got to. I think
How do
it's
you
for
do that?
people.
How do you clear out the something that you have in the?
Well, you can do it. There's many ways of doing this, because, but the simple way, the simple technique I use is just breathe. And because I do it so often, it just now is natural for me to do this, but to clear the energy of others. And because when you put yourself into a bubble of light,
Mm-hmm.
if there's an energy that you've picked up from someone else, earlier you
Right.
said we're all connected, and we are through
Mm-hmm.
energy, we're going to lock that in, and that's
Yeah.
not what we don't want. We want to clear the energy, even the energy of others. So
Mm-hmm.
I always ask Archangel Michael, and then I'm bringing in Archangel Metatron now, because he is the sacred geometry of light and love, and bring that in. that energy through the planets that's given to us.
Mm-hmm.
But ask that any energy that you have picked up through conversation, through the environment that you've been in, because there might be some negative energy, anything that I've eaten, perhaps, that may,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chef that prepared my food might be having a bad day. Who knows? And any other energy that doesn't serve my higher self, that be cleared from my body now, because we're consciousness. We can do this very quickly. And then I ask to be surrounded with the light.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you for sharing that, because I
Welcome.
think many people, I mean, a lot of people have that problem these days, have problems sleeping well. So, I mean, if we know how to do it, how to clean our energy before we go to
Yeah.
sleep, then our subconscious mind becomes very clear. I know that in our office, we still keep giving the Hado means vibration measurement consultations. And there we know that whatever we say, yes, even one word, that is
One
embedded
word.
in my subconscious mind. If I say, I may need to borrow some money because I don't have money. If, for example, if I say that, that is embedded in my subconscious mind. So we need to be very careful with what we say, what we think. And if I say, oh, I am love and I love this, I'm happy, then that is embedded in my subconscious mind. So we have the choice every second what we think, what we say. So
We do.
that,
It's so powerful, Machiko. And like, if anybody listening wishes to know more information, please go to my website, kerrythehealer.com, because I have free meditations on there and lots of podcasts about this if you're wanting more. But
okay,
another
your
thing that I'd
website.
like to mention is that follows on from what you just said, if that's okay,
Mm-hmm.
that I use this analogy and I teach it. So if we looked at the subconscious mind as a naughty child that's misbehaving, when it's good, it's good. But when it's not good, it's a naughty little child, because remember, it's not you. It's coming from old patterning, old paradigms that were programming that was put there by someone else that thought they were doing the right thing by you as a child. But so if you looked at it like a naughty little child and you want to start reprogramming and helping that little child, and the more you do this, the more power you gain back by just saying, no, we're not doing that today, when you have a negative thought, because I know there's something else inside me. How about you and I go to the heart? Let's drop into our heart for a few moments and just see what our heart says. See if there's something there. See if the heart has something to say, and watch what happens. Very powerful. This stuff is so simple. I just want to share it with everyone. If everybody just tried it and see if it, because there is people that are skeptical, how that's too easy, how would that work? But it does. It's very powerful. Believe me, I teach this all the time. I do it daily. It's my thing, and it works. So if your subconscious was a naughty child and it's taken on negativity, go, not sure about that, but I love you. Always tell the subconscious mind that you love it. And thank you for the reminder. So we're going into like the higher Ho'oponopono prayer. Thank you. I love you. Forgiveness. Like, just feed it.
Yeah.
Anything to raise your vibration back up and drop into your heart. And in the moment that you're in your heart, you are creating consciously.
Exactly.
And you step into higher consciousness and you can spread that love to around the world. That is the best.
Isn't that beautiful? Thank you. Well, Kerry, okay, it's almost time. So would you like to give out your website one more time, or how people can contact you?
That would be lovely. So most people come to my Instagram page, which is Kerry the Healer, or you can go onto my website, kerrythehealer.com.
Okay.
I have lots of free things on there, free little gifts for you to tune into if that's your calling. So
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Well, thank you so much. It was really nice having you here. And
thank you,
let's share love and gratitude to everyone, love and light to with everyone around the world.
Thank you. And I always say, when your heart is open, you don't need to speak. You don't need to hug unless you really want to. All you need to do is point your lips up to the heavens to raise your vibration and smile.
I like that.
And your heart becomes a transmitter of beautiful energy to those who you smile at.
Sure. And smile.
Point your lips up to the heavens.
And yeah, it's really, I mean, we can give smiles to anyone, anywhere, all the time. It's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Have a beautiful, beautiful day, everyone. Mwah. Sending love and light.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching us. And please know that we love you so much. And we thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you. Bye.